festival. And why did you choose to take the time and come to meet the people here?
I mean, for a person, sorry. It's from Eritrea. Mother, her son is kidnapped. She's begging for money. Well, the reason I came to Israel over and over again is there are refugees here. So, and since I work with refugees as a person that works in the radio covering voices of Eritrean refugees, so wherever they are, I would like to be here. But the refugees in Israel, it touches my heart most because some of them were Sinai victims, were victims of torture, victims of human trafficking that faced so much hardship, and I have been following them, and we think, you know, when they arrive in Israel then they will have a break and finally they are coming from hell to heaven. But when I got here first time, then I get shocked to see that this was worst. And some of them described actually the women that are in Sweden right now, the 54 women.
I heard
they say that Saharinam was worse than Sinai.
Wow.
That's big, you know. So that's the reason. And now my flight was cancelled, and I'm happy I got extra day to visit because it was hurting me that to come to Israel not to be able to visit these people. So.
I wish all the people who come to visit Israel will come here to see the real situation.
I hope so too. I hope so too.
And what do you say about, because you know the Israeli government is saying, it's, you know, the Israeli government is saying, okay, we open this Holot, it's like a refugee camp, we're not, what they're claiming, not my opinion of course, that they say we don't have to allow them to be in the cities, they can be here. But what do you say about, because I don't think there's any place in the world that you are jailed, even if it's an open prison, which is not, in a place that without limit of time. How do you compare this place compared to other places in the world which they treat refugees, especially in Europe, because Israel is trying to be a European country or claim?
The best word I would find for this is Alcatraz, where you put prisoners so that you know they're not gonna escape anywhere. So I mean, you cannot call this an open refugee camp or something, because I was shocked all the way when we were driving here. I couldn't believe how far it is. I mean, the further we drove, you know, I'm thinking, I mean, this is so inhumane, like to separate these people from the society and then to say, oh, they are free to walk out, but where are they going to walk out? I mean, how is it possible from here to go to the next city and to work or to do anything? I mean, it's just prison. You get to have a fresh air 3 times or 4 times a day. That's all I can say. But this is not a refugee camp. I mean, I live in Sweden. The refugee camp in Sweden is not like this, you know. You live like the regular Swedish people, and you have the same rights. The only thing is you don't get to vote until you are processed.
You don't work to work?
You don't get to vote.
To vote.
If it's elections or anything, that's the only difference. But if not, you have the same rights.
And maybe if you can say, I have just 2 more questions. What can you say about the situation in Sinai now? Because many people, especially in Israel, think that now with the fence they build, that the situation of the kidnapping and the camps in Sinai is over. Many people here, at least, you know, that they don't, because they don't come here, so many people don't get the stories. What is the situation there now?
That's what pisses me off, actually, because first of all, it was never about Israel. It was never about the fence. People, I was just meeting some of them, 156 people, that their main intention was to go to Sudan, get kidnapped and arrived in Israel, and never seen Tel Aviv in their life. They were in Saharonim and then got here. So the fence, it have nothing to do with Israel, because these people are still, the kidnapping is increasing actually, the money is increasing. People are getting kidnapped in Sudan, taken to Libya, taken to Sinai, and they are being held hostages, paying ransoms. So it was never about Israel or the fence. So I believe it's pretty stupid. Okay, it can stop refugees that wanted to come to Israel, but it doesn't stop the hostage taking or the kidnapping.
And now if they pay, they get released back to Egypt?
If they pay, they release them in Cairo. Yeah, and
back to Cairo.
Yeah, and they release them in Cairo. The lucky ones arrive in Cairo, and then they are under the UNHCR.
Yeah.
But not many people make it. So they are in prison, getting deported to Eritrea. Or
and many people get kidnapped from refugee camps around Sudan.
Yes, from refugee camp. The Sudanese soldiers, they are selling them. So most of the people that were kidnapped and sold since 2012 are by the Sudanese police actually, that are at the border, getting sold to the Rashaidas rules and taken to the Sinai. So and I'm still talking to hostages. Just right now, mother was calling me from Eritrea to beg me for money that her son is in Sinai.
So we're talking still about thousands of people in Sinai.
I cannot say thousands because of the military intervention, because the military is air raiding the area because of the Muslim Brotherhood, their supporters. So for now, it's coming down, but as soon as the military intervention is over, because the kidnapping is increasing, it's not stopping. It's just hard to get them to Sinai, but now they are in the south.
And last question, in Israel there is an embassy and there is relationship, and here the Israeli regime, the Israeli government is not doing anything against the situation in Eritrea. What do you have to say about this very strong cooperation between Israel and Eritrea?
That's what I don't understand. That's really absurd, because I mean, go anywhere in the world. Look at the Lampedusa tragedy. 366 Eritreans died. Sinai, look at who are these people? It's Eritreans. Go to Sahara, it's Eritreans. Who's getting kidnapped? It's Eritreans. So that just should tell you something. If people are this desperate to leave, even though they know there are dangers and they're dying everywhere, obviously, I mean, something must be wrong. So the relationship with Israel and the embassy here, I find it really weird. I know the Eritrean ambassador in Israel is doing dirty work for the Israeli government as well, by giving passports to people, telling them, okay, don't go to Eritrea, but you can go to South Sudan, life is better there. So, which is he was in Sweden actually.
Continue.
No, the ambassador. No, if you can share it, okay, just. No, he was in Sweden last week, and he was accused, the Eritrean ambassador in Israel, and he was accusing me of collaborating with the Bedouins, and I'm the one kidnapping people and making money out of the torture and things like that. So it was really funny. And,
so you got to talk to him?
No, on TV, they have a local TV, so he was talking about me, and I found that very funny. He's like, when we call the hostage, we cannot get to them, but she calls and she gets to them. So I was like,
my card.
Let me give you mine.